Hey guys, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. So today we'll be doing a drag build and tune for the 2020 Corvette C8 Stingray Coupe. So if you enjoy the video or find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is bring the 2020 Corvette C8 up to the festival drag strip, so we can see how fast it is by the end. Just pull up to the line here, and we're going to launch it from about 5,500 RPM. Drop it there, should get a little bit of wheel spin, but we've taken off quickly, up into 4th, and we cross the line at 301 k's an hour. So now we'll be taking the 2020 Corvette into the festival drag strip race to see how fast it is against other cars, as well as getting a time by the end. So launching here, we're already first by a long shot. Gonna cross the line way before anyone else. And we got a time of 7.8 seconds. Alright, so now we see just how fast this Corvette is. We can take it into the festival and I'll show you how to upgrade and tune it. Alright, so you want to bring your stock 2020 Corvette Stingray into the custom upgrade menu here. So first, if we come down to the conversions tab and into the engine swaps, we're going to put in the 7.2 litre racing V8. And then if you come over to the drivetrain swap, we're going to chuck in the all-wheel drive drivetrain. Then if we come over to the aspiration, we're going to throw in the twin turbos. So come back out of conversions, now into the aero and appearance and over to the rear wing. We're going to select the Chevy option here to remove it to save some weight. And it also removes some of the drag because we don't need that while we're racing. So now we're going to come into tires and rims, and here we're going to put on the drag tire compound, as well as making the front and rear tires as wide as possible. Then if you come into the rim style, we're going to throw on some lighter weight rims. So anything that saves about 15 kilos here will work. Just going to chuck these on. If you come back out of wheels, we're going to now come over to the front track widths to add wheel spaces in the front and rear. Now, if we come back out of tires and rims and into drivetrain, here we're going to throw on the race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, and the race diff. Come back out of drivetrain and into platform and handling. Here we're doing race brakes, as well as rally springs, and then race front and rear anti-roll bars, and then a race weight reduction as well to save 306 kilos there. So now if we come into the engine, we're going to do race fuel system, race ignition, race engine block, race twin turbos, race intercooler, and then finally the race flywheel. So that's it as far as upgrades go, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. Right, so now that you've upgraded your car, we're going to come into the tuning menu down here. So first I'll cover the metric tune, and then I'll show you the differences for the imperial tune, which include tire pressures and springs. So for the front tire pressure here, we want to bring it down to 1.3 bar. So just come down to there, 1.3 in the front, and then we're also going to do 1.3 in the rear as well. There you go, there's 1.3. Now if we come into gearing, we're going to bring this final drive down to 2.95. So if you just come down to there to 2.95. Now if we come over to the alignment, we're going to set these front and rear camber angles back to 0 degrees, just like that. 0 degrees in the front and rear. And then if you come down to the front cast angle, we're going to bring this back to 4 degrees. So next, if we come over to the springs, in the front, we want 70.0. Just come up to there. There you go, there's 70.0. Now in the rear, we're going to bring this down to 36.0. Just come a fair way down to there. There you go, there's 36.0. So next, if we come into dampening here, for this front rebound stiffness, we're going to bring this up to 5.7, just like that. and then for the rear, we're going to bring it down to 2.7, just like that. Then for the front bump stiffness here, we're going to bring this up to 4.9, just like so. And then in the rear, we're going to bring it down to 1.8. So then finally, if we come over to the differential tab at the end, for this front acceleration, we want to bring it up to 85%. And then in the rear acceleration, we're going to bring this up to 95%. And then for the center balance, we're going to bring this up to 73%. So that's it as far as the metric tune goes. Now I'll show you the differences in the imperial tune. So as far as differences go for the imperial tune is you want 19 PSI on both the front and rear tires. Then if you come over to the springs tab, you want 391.8 in the front and 201.7 in the rear. So that's it as far as differences go, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright guys, so this has been a drag build and tune for the 2020 Chevy Corvette C8. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.